Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Metroid Suitless. In the last part we've made it deeply into Lower Norfair, and in this part we are finally going to fight Ridley, which is going to be the absolute highlight of this run. In the last part we were fighting the Golden Torizo for a super missile pack. That's the only reason why we were fighting him. We could have just grabbed the screw attack and left, but the only way to get the super missile expansion in his room is to fight him. And on my first attempt, I got killed. On my second attempt, I defeated him perfectly, but died later. And on my third attempt, I found out that you can screw attack through him, which is a very, very helpful thing, but I've still only barely defeated him. And one thing that you could ask yourself is, shouldn't the bosses be really easy? I mean, if you're low on health, couldn't you just use a crystal flash to refill all of your health during the boss battle? And the simple answer is no, you cannot do that. Grabbing this power bomb expansion here, by the way, it's pretty much right in the way and very useful to perform more crystal flashes. And yes, so the answer is no, you cannot perform a crystal flash while fighting a boss here, because what's going to happen is that you are just going to die horribly, because while you are performing the crystal flash, you cannot move. And so the boss will hit you while you are recharging your energy. And the problem is that if he hits you before you have recharged more than one energy tank, then you are going to die. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The bosses will hit you when you haven't refilled enough energy yet. So you are actually going to die while performing Crystal Flash. And that's the reason why you can't Crystal Flash during a boss battle. You will have to defeat a boss with one bar of health, basically, if you know what I mean. With one full arsenal of energy tanks, so to speak. Let us quickly refill our reserve tanks here. And use this opportunity to defeat enemies here, to get super missile refills, and also power bomb refills from the green orb guys here. There we go. Grab that super missile, and then it'll be time to crystal flash. Okay, that barely worked. So yes, I really wanted to clarify that, and that's the reason why I haven't used a crystal flash during the Golden Torizo battle, for example. Where did the enemies go? There are usually a whole lot of more enemies in this room, particularly green orb guys, which we could have used to refill some power bombs. And also on this first pillar here. Now the enemies are spawning again. Let me reload the room to make the green orb guys reappear, and let's defeat those guys. They have a high tendency to drop super missile refills, except they're not doing this right now. You only got an energy and a normal missile. You're quite low on normal missiles, and that honestly sucks, because it'll lower the chances of getting super missile drops from the enemies here. Let me actually turn off the ice beam so that we can defeat those enemies more quickly in a single shot. Did that enemy unfreeze because I turned off the ice beam after I unpaused? That was weird. Wait for the green orb guy to get in a nice position. There we go, and then we grab some more power bomb. Okay, we are really unlucky with super missile refills right now. Let's go back here again. I basically want to crystal flash right before Ridley's room, because we will have to defeat Ridley with our full arsenal of energy tanks and reserve tanks, because as I've just explained, we will not be able to crystal flash during the Ridley battle. I tried it once, believe me, I tried to use a crystal flash while fighting Ridley to refill all my energy, and what happened was that he killed me while I was performing the crystal flash. Remember, you cannot move while performing a crystal flash, so you cannot dodge the enemies, and well, you'll just end up being killed. I'd really prefer to kill 2 enemies at the same time. I'm almost dead. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my god, I forgot that I still have energy left in the reserve tank. And that's why the Crystal Flash didn't work, and I only had 2 energy units left. That was tight. You need to remember to use up your reserve tanks before using the Crystal Flash. And also I had 2 energy units left after unpausing. But in the last part I've accidentally demonstrated the glitch where you can live with no health if you pause the game. But yeah, okay, that was tight. Let's Crystal Flash before Ridley. And there we go. We will use the fact that we know his health to our advantage. He has 18,000 hit points, charged plasma deals 900 per shot, so we will need to hit him exactly 20 times. I want to make him turn around, there we go. We've hit him 6 times already. The problem is, even if you bring his health down to 0, he will not die often. Ah god, I didn't spin jump. Wanted to wall jump there. And yes, even if he is at 0 health, he still won't die sometimes. And that's obviously bad. And most of the time he will just grab you and then he dies. Like so. That was really easy. We didn't even have to use our reserve tanks. That was really, really easy. Wow. Okay, we're done. I was concentrating, so I couldn't at all explain what I was trying to say. So yes, when he's at 0 health, he still won't immediately die, and often he just stays alive for ages, even at 0 health. And like sometimes his health is down to 0 and he continues to live for over 30 seconds still. And that of course would be bad. I mean, we want him to die as soon as possible, right? Because we keep losing energy, we can't afford to wait. And so what I did is I counted the amount of times that I hit him. I think I've hit him more than 20 times. 20 times would have been enough to kill him. 20 charged ice wave plasma shots. But I went for a little bit more just to be safe. And yes, and then the strategy was to get grabbed by him on purpose after dealing enough damage so that he's guaranteed to die. Because when you're fighting Ridley, then the most likely way for him to die is probably that he will grab you with his feet, right? As I've said, if you do not let him grab you, then it takes ages for him to actually die. It seems completely random. He doesn't have to grab you in order to die. He can just explode randomly when his health is at 0. But often it just simply will not happen. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is why I was counting the amount of shots. And that is why I immediately let him grab myself after dealing enough damage. Just to make sure that he would die. And yes, 20 shots were enough for that. 20 charged ice plasma wave shots. And so we're done. We defeated him on the first attempt. I only got hit once, I believe. And we have more than enough energy to safely be able to save. We also have 30 super missiles and 30 power bombs. So we can almost Crystal Flash 3 times. We could if a Crystal Flash took 10 power bombs, but it takes 11. So this went exceptionally well. I got hit once because I failed to spin jump, otherwise I could have jumped over him with a wall jump. If you have space jump, then this battle is a bit easier. You wouldn't need to wall jump to dodge his U-swoop attacks. Kejardon's low 15% FAQ refers to those attacks as U-swoops. You know, when he starts out in the upper right corner and then swoops down and ends up at the upper left corner. That's basically an attack in U form. That's what he calls a U-swoop. And we got hit by one of those, but that's the only time we ever got hit. We get the last energy tank now. We are now at 14 energy tanks, which is the maximum. Also, killing those lantern dudes will give you power bombs, but it will also make the room dark. Yeah, let's freeze this guy to be able to climb up here. Now the room is pitch black. I have no idea where I am right now. Okay, so you can still see with the X-ray scope. That's good. Okay, I was stuck in the hand there. We will need to wall jump up this dark path, and there we go. Okay. Let's reload the room to make it light again. And this strategy of counting hits on Ridley is something that I've already done in my previous Suitless run. So this is not a strategy that I've been using exclusively for this Let's Play. Unlike the Dragon strategy, where I hit him with 19 spacer shots and 2 missiles. That was something new. That's the final power bomb, and that's what I was talking about in the item fetch quest part, where I was confused why I only had 40 power bombs rather than 45. Even although you couldn't really hear that because the audio of the microphone got lost for the last 2 minutes. That was part 10, the first item fetch quest, which included the plasma beam and a lot of expansions. There's a missile here. I think I got confused with that missile expansion. Like the power bomb expansion that we are about to get, that one I previously thought would just be another missile expansion, but yes, it's not true, it's a power bomb. This is not the correct way. Is this the correct way? Okay, yes. Just keep on going through those holes. Yes, now I remember what I tried to explain all this time. Ridley was really easy, and that's also because I know a little bit how his artificial intelligence works. Let me keep explaining that later. In order to access this power bomb, as you can see, because of this block formation, you need to drop down from that door here. You can't just get the power bomb expansion from that door to the left here, because of those crumbling blocks in your way. There we go. And so yes, what was I saying? Something about Ridley. Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. His artificial intelligence. Again, thanks to Kejardon's 15% FAQ from 2003, I know how Ridley acts. Once he's at full hit points, he acts normally, pretty much, so to speak. And once he's below 14,500, he starts to attack with U-swoops, which he only did once in this entire attempt. And I'm about to die. Wait, let me concentrate here in order to avoid dying before I keep explaining. Let us refill the reserve tank. As you can see, the Crystal Flash only refills 155 out of 400 energy units, because we keep on losing health while we keep on losing health from the heat while we perform the Crystal Flash. We will need to perform one now in order to stay alive. And yes, so once he's at 14,500 health, Ridley, he will use U-swoops, which can be dodged with wall jumps, and preferably you charge up your charge beam while you wall jump, so that you can hit him as you climb up and dodge his attack. And something that I think I found out myself also is that if Ridley uses his attack where he bounces on his tail, then you can just manipulate him where he goes. As you can see, when he was doing the tail bouncing to the right, I was jumping up to the left side of the room and really up high, so that Ridley would then turn around and do his tail bouncing attack to the left, where he kind of becomes stuck and just bounces up with his tail straight up and down. And yeah, I was using that to my advantage as well. So yeah, the Ridley fight was really easy, simply because we just first of all, we knew his health, we knew his artificial intelligence, and so the battle was really easy. I only got hit once, as I've said, by a U-swoop, which I should have avoided, and I would have avoided it if I had spin jumped successfully and wall jumped, but I did a normal jump instead, and so Ridley hit me. I want to demonstrate something here, by the way, that's why I'm taking damage. And that's oh shit, I can't actually demonstrate it because I don't have anything in my reserve tank. Let me enter the lava here so that I can demonstrate to you guys this reserve tank thing. Okay, and while I'm performing the crystal flash, let me go over the numbers. I didn't have time to explain anything of that because the Ridley fight just was over so quickly. Without any suit, Ridley's body deals 160 damage, his tail deals 120 damage, and his fireballs deal 60 damage. So getting hit just once by Ridley already greatly lowers your chance of successfully winning the battle. So it's important that you avoid taking a few hits. I say that if he hits you about 2 or 3 times, then it's already getting critical. But we were only getting hit once, so we easily defeated him. We didn't even have to use our reserve tanks. Now I'm just purely demonstrating something. And that's the reserve tank thing. In particular, if you put it on auto. Wait, the crystal flash did not refill our reserve tank. Why? Why not? This is weird. This is exceptionally weird. Yes, the crystal flash stops very quickly in this room. It doesn't refill our reserve tanks for some reason. Okay, that's odd. That means that I cannot demonstrate the thing that I wanted to demonstrate. I really want to demonstrate how putting the reserve tank on auto is a bad idea. And it seems like I can only do that if I manually refill up my reserve tank energy. It's going to take a while. So yes, I'm a bit disappointed with my performance on Ridley, honestly, because he only did one U-swoop attack and it hit me because I failed to spin jump, and that was just very unfortunate. But as you could see, I was seeing what happened and I reacted to it, and I would have successfully dodged his shots. I was just a dumbass. Also, yes, on the European PAL version, the Ridley battle is easier because he moves slower. You could particularly see that when he was doing his tail bounces. They were much slower than they usually were in the North American version. We're also refilling up all our ammo here now, which I don't actually want to, but that's what's going to happen. How good is our reserve energy? Only 88, that's not much. It's because we keep getting super missile refills. We're at 31 now already, out of a total of 45. now we seem to mostly get energy for it, which is good. Let's keep on going. I want to demonstrate to you guys the reserve tank thing. 43 super missiles. Okay, our reserve tank is full. Now I can hopefully demonstrate what I was trying to demonstrate all the time. Only took freaking ages. Let's go through the heat here on purpose now. We are basically going to leave via the long way, because by taking this path we can take damage from the heat, which is what I intend to do. I really want to demonstrate why it is useful to manually refill the reserve tank energy rather than putting it on auto. And I know I keep repeating myself here, but yeah, the end of this part is just not going well. I should have successfully demonstrated this already a long time ago, but the game wouldn't let me do that. This is going to take some while now before we are dead. Let me actually reload this room and bring the enemies back. They deal 80 damage, so we would lose our energy much quicker with those enemies. There we go. See, that's much faster. How to get killed really quickly, 101. Those guys drop power bombs. Now let me demonstrate this. I put the reserve tank on auto. And now look. You hear the sound of getting heat damage. And now look at the energy. 400? 290. Instead of 400, the energy was at 290. We lost 100 in energy units because the game stopped us and we were taking damage from the heat. And this is the reason why it's a bad idea to put reserve tanks on auto. You're getting much more out of them if you put them on manual. And with this demonstration, this part right here ends. It took much longer than it really should have taken, but yeah, that's just how it goes. And so, I will see you guys at the next part.